Hello and welcome. This is from the CBN. We bring to you weekly reports and expert analysis of the actions, policies, events, and economic initiatives of the Central Bank of Nigeria, CBN. I'm Uliye Misi Dada. It has indeed been an eventful week for the Central Bank of Nigeria. First, it was the one-year anniversary of the unveiling of the central bank digital currency, the e-Naira, first of its kind on the African continent. Then came midweek the special announcement of the redesigning of the 200, 500, and 1,000 Naira banknotes, which will go into circulation from December the 15th, in time for the Yuletide season, I must say. Over the weekend and during the week, e-Naira sensitization and onboarding for tricycle riders, market women, and university students in Lagos went as scheduled. Meanwhile, the CBN Governor, Mr. Godwin Emefiele, on Monday met with the leadership of the House of Representatives, IATA, and other aviation industry stakeholders on the issue of forex repatriation. And to wrap up the week, a two-day conference organized by the Risk Management Department of the CBN started yesterday with the theme Financial System Development and Economic Growth. We have more on all this in today's package. Stay tuned. We'll be right back. Governor of the Central Bank of Nigeria, Mr. Godwin Emefiele, on Monday told the Speaker of the House of Assembly, Honorable Femi Gbajabiamila, and key players in the Nigeria's aviation industry that the global outlook is darkening due to deepening slowdown across the world. The slowdown has greatly affected forex inflows into the country, and Nigeria must manage its little forex revenue. This explanation from Mr. Emefiele was to provide a background to the cause of the current forex repatriation challenge rocking the aviation industry and efforts on the part of the bank to solve it.
This year alone, the United States of America having to raise rates. They've raised rates by almost 3.75% in 2022. That has created some very serious inflationary pressures and depreciation on the currencies of other countries. Whereas it's an attempt, the raise rate is an attempt to rein in inflation in the United States. What we've seen is that flows, capital flows that used to flow either by way of borrowing or some form of investments from the advanced economies into the emerging market economies has dried up completely. Not that it has declined, it has dried up completely. So what does that mean? If the Central Bank of Nigeria, for instance, wants dollars to meet the import obligation of Nigerians or Nigerian companies or anybody that wants dollar for an obligation, there are only two sources through which we can get that. Either we earn it or we take a loan. And that is the reason from the Central Bank of Nigeria, since February this year, we introduced the RT200 program, which is a program introduced in order to encourage repatriation of FX proceeds from exporters of non-oil export products. When we started it, the first 6 weeks in February and March, we only were able to see repatriation of we paid rebates on repatriation of about $62 million. The second quarter, we saw an astronomical exponential improvement. From $62 million, we saw an increase to $622 million in export proceeds repatriated, non-oil export proceeds repatriated. For the third quarter, we've seen almost close to $1 billion in export proceeds repatriation. Since 2016, we have always accorded priority to the airline sector for them to be able to repatriate their funds.
He maintained that the CBN has gone above and beyond in mediating in the foreign airlines forex repatriation challenge, urging foreign governments that Nigeria has G2G understanding with under the Bilateral Air Service Agreements (BASA) to allow for reciprocity and honor the agreements in order to bring relief.
You cannot be flying 21 landings into Nigeria, and yet a Nigerian airline cannot fly even one into your country. Those airlines, they want to fly into your country, you intimidate them, you use dogs, sniffer dogs, to intimidate them. They cannot land. When they land, you do not allow them to do what is the most important checks for their aircraft to be able to take off and land back again in Nigeria. You, IATA, you have a responsibility to get Nigerian airlines to fly on the basis of reciprocity. Please. Aside from the prioritization of airfares that we have always accorded the airlines, on the 31st of August, you spoke to me because I have to give you credit for that. You've been doing this. And on that day, which was a Friday, I made a decision that, listen, let's just use our discretion to allocate $265 million to the aircraft, to the airlines, foreign airlines, broken down into spot and forward. Right? We did $110 million in spot, and then the rest in forward, 60-day forwards. On that day, we allocated to IATA $32 million through UBA. Qatar Airways, $22.8 million through Standard Chartered. Emirates, $19.6 million through Access Bank. I can't see this one, 6.6 through UBA. British Airways, 5.5 through GT Bank. Virgin Atlantic, 4.8 through Zenith, and on and on, and all of them. Spot dollars were allocated to them. How then can they go about and begin to say that they have not received their money? This is aside from the so-called 8 or 10% that you say you are getting, Mr. Fatokun. This is extra allocation which we use our own discretion to give to you, and which I have told you personally that we will continue to do so as to make you guys happy, so you don't continue to blackmail this country. That's what I've told you. Out of that, $120 million will be due on 31st of October. The monies will be paid. So what else do you want me to do? When you are a bank customer, you want to buy foreign exchange, you go to your bank. There is no law that says that central bank must sell dollar to your airline or to you, the airline. When you have money, you go to your bank, you say, dollar bank, I want to repatriate my money. And what happens is that your bank helps you to find the dollar from legitimate sources. So what I'm saying is, your bank first option is to go to the market and find dollar for you, which in our case is the INE window. And that market today has over $150 million daily average transaction. You should go there, approach your bank, they will give you money. And if you can't find, that is when your banks should begin to come to the CBN. But even in spite of that, I'm saying, we are not even minding that. We are coding you priority. And we are even allocating to you. We are using our discretion to allocate foreign exchange to you. You should appreciate that and not be insisting that central bank or government should give you a roadmap. You should be addressing the issue of BASA and not that we should give you a roadmap. Because I'm telling you, what will reduce your obligation is to give Nigerian airlines a chance to operate and land in your country.
Away from aviation matter, it's been a year since the central bank digital currency known as the e-Naira was unveiled by President Muhammadu Buhari in Abuja, signaling its activation. CBN Governor Mr. Godwin Emefiele, at an event to mark the anniversary in Lagos on Tuesday, hinted that more policy initiatives to achieve a 100% cashless economy in the country are in the offing. Mr. Emefiele said that the introduction of bank verification number BVN, payment service banks, and other similar initiatives are geared towards ensuring that Nigeria becomes a predominantly cashless economy.
At this time, I can say from what I have read, beginning from online banking to introducing POSs to ATMs to mobile banking, working and collaborating with the Ministry of Communication and Digital Economy, I want to say that we have provided all the necessary infrastructure that should enable us to make cashless a nationwide journey. I'd like to assure you all that the Central Bank of Nigeria will continue to act decisively to encourage innovation while at the same time protecting the interests of consumers and other stakeholders. The e-Naira is another product that has been added for us to embrace a cashless economy.
According to the CBN governor, all 33 banks in Nigeria are fully integrated and live on the e-Naira platform, About 1 million customers have so far been onboarded, along with more than 3,000 merchants successfully registered across the country, while over 700,000 transactions amounting to 8 billion naira have been recorded on the platform. Apart from enhancing financial inclusion, supporting poverty reduction, facilitating diaspora remittances, and supporting a resilient payment ecosystem, among others, the digital currency offers more possibilities in the area of enabling direct welfare disbursement to the citizens, as explained by the project coordinator and director, CBN Information Technology Department, Mrs. Rakia Mohammed.
So if government wants to withdraw fuel subsidy, for instance, but they want to hand out some money to certain groups of Nigerians, they can actually make sure you only spend that money to buy fuel and not to go and buy something else. And for merchants and consumers, they actually just want frictionless transactions. And we do have a very mature payment system infrastructure, which has helped to propel our development efforts on the e-Naira. And so it's just a matter of layering and making it more efficient so that we can improve user experience. For the unbanked is to bring them into the formal state. For people like FIRS, if we're able to bring the informal sector into the formal sector, then that means an increase in tax revenue. For MBS, it means better data to be able to properly project our GDP.
There was music and drama to celebrate how far the central bank digital currency, the e-Naira, has come over the past 12 months. But there were also discussions on leveraging innovation for inclusive growth and development, the e-Naira advantage, which brought together panelists drawn from both the public and private sectors to contribute to the next level of Nigeria's journey towards a vibrant digital economy. Congratulations to the CBN, to everyone who worked to make the dream come true, and to the awardees recognized for their efforts in seeing to the onboarding and adoption of the e-Naira. Now, at 2 p.m. Wednesday, October the 26th, the CBN Governor, Mr. Godwin Emefiele, held a special press briefing where he announced that approval has been granted by President Muhammadu Buhari for the redesigning of the 200, 500, and 1,000 Naira banknotes. Mr. Emefiele gave reasons why the currency management move, a key function of the central bank, became necessary at this time. He also outlined what is expected of the banks and every citizen, both banked and unbanked, to ensure a seamless transition from the old banknotes to the new ones, which will be in circulation from December the 15th.
Although global best practice is for central banks to redesign, produce, and circulate new local legal tender every 5 to 8 years, our existing series of banknotes, the Naira, has not been redesigned in the last 20 years. The bank remains resolutely determined to achieve the objective of its mandate as enshrined in Section 2B of the CBN Act of 2007 to ensure a strong and effective legal tender. It is therefore no longer tenable to continue with business as usual, especially given the continually evolving circumstances that could impeach the optimal performance of our Naira. Furthermore, we believe that the redesign of the currency will help deepen our drive to entrench cashless economy, as it will be complemented by increased minting of our e-Naira. The new and existing currencies shall remain legal tender and circulate together until January 31, 2023, when the existing currencies shall cease to be legal tender. Accordingly, all deposit money banks currently holding the existing denominations of the currency may begin returning these banknotes back to the CBN effective immediately. The newly designed currency will be released to the banks in the order of first come, first served basis. Customers of banks are enjoined to begin paying into their bank accounts the existing currency to enable them withdraw the new banknotes once circulation begins in mid-December 2022. All banks are therefore expected to keep open their currency processing centers from Monday to Saturday, so as to accommodate all cash that will be returned by their customers to their vaults.
When you run a business in Nigeria, cash collection can be such a big deal. At first, it was just you and the product. And then you have a shop, then 10 more shops, in 10 different locations, in 5 different towns. Wow, that's 50 cash points. And 50 cash points could need 150 different cashiers to manage. Now, that's a big business. With bigger cash collection demands, that's where we come in. Introducing eNaira Web Wallet. It makes managing cash collection as easy as ABC. Yes, 3 simple steps. We help you with 1. Setup, 2. Onboarding, and 3. Start your cash collection. With all your cashiers on point, all your customers have to do is this. Walk up to a cash point, scan the QR code, the amount, and bam! Your money is here just like that. We provide 24/7 support for any issues that may arise. We're just a phone call away, or you can also email us. No matter how much the business grows, we're here to grow with you and help you collect more cash every step of the way.
eNaira. Same Naira, more possibilities.
Thanks for staying tuned. You're watching from the CBN, a weekly program that brings to you reports and expert analysis of the actions, policies, events, and economic initiatives of the Central Bank of Nigeria, CBN. Sensitization and onboarding activities towards the massive adoption of the central bank digital currency, eNaira, continued last Friday when the eNaira team visited the park of tricycle riders, popularly called Keke Napep, at Oshodi. The team moved on to the Mile 12 Ketu Market on Saturday, and it was a turn of returning students at the University of Lagos, Unilag, Akokayaba, on Wednesday. We bring you shots and sound bites from the various locations.
We are here today in Oshodi Market, precisely on Oshodi Road, to continue our eNaira adoption drive. That is creating awareness on the use of eNaira, its advantages, and how you can come on board the use of eNaira. This is part of many initiatives we have been doing across many states. We've done some in Kano, we've done some in Abuja, other states, and today we are in Lagos to continue this important national assignment. I'm sure you're all aware of what eNaira is, and it is our hope and expectation that today this activity will also improve other people's awareness, specifically in Lagos, and Lagos being a commercial hub in this country, we also hope this will propel the awareness across the whole country.
As you can see, I've already downloaded my application. I've registered everything, and it's going successfully. If you can see, I even have money inside my eNaira wallet. And with this eNaira, I'm happy that federal government have made impact in my life, because with this eNaira, I'll be able to gain more money. Yes, by how will you be able to get more money? Yes, by the transaction I will be making between me and my customers, I will be getting commission on it again. Okay, you are like an agent. Yeah, no, as in customers, if you can transact from 100 naira to 1,000, you get 5% of your transaction.
What are the requirements to have, that is your BVN or your NIN? Even if you don't have a bank account, you can still use a normal phone.
As we engage you today, we are engaging with different types of entities like payment service providers, remitter, IMTOs. So as it is now, we are currently in the stage where we're trying to integrate with IMTOs. Through your in-era wallet, you can do international remittances and payments. But it's not like Forex trading where you do all this bureau de change businesses. No, you can do international transactions and international remittances. That is, send money to people outside, people send money to you, yes.
Well, UNILAG is a pioneer university, and we believe that, the students, they're the next generation. They need to understand, they're very IT savvy, they understand technology, and they understand, what it means for Nigeria to have our own e-Naira today, which is backed up by the Central Bank of Nigeria. What that means is that your money cannot be missing, your money cannot be devalued because it's backed up by the Central Bank of Nigeria, that is our regulator. So this is a pilot. UNILAG is our first, and we'll be going from one university to the other.
Why? So you don't have in your wallet.
Ladies and gentlemen.
My name is Aniekan Bolo Atife Ubek. I'm a student of University of Lagos studying guidance and counseling, Faculty of Education. And what's happening currently is the e-Naira app, I guess. And I've not heard about it before. This is the first time that I'm getting to know about it. And there was a friend who introduced us to it. And we've been able to see that it is an app that can help us to make easy transactions.
My name is Olabisi Abigail Oluwabumi. While opening it, I had some difficulties at first because it was not accepting my bank account. So I had to use another bank account to open it, and it works fine. And while logging in again, I had another difficulty till I went to my email and I saw that they gave me an option to use my Gmail as my username. So I've been able to enter.
My name is Uche Emmanuel. I'm a student of St. Augustine College of Education, affiliate University of Ibadan. I feel so happy you guys coming here in Naira. Congratulations to you guys. You guys are going viral. Well, I had issues trying to transact internationally, but now I found e-Naira. I'm very happy. And me onboarding was a little bit stressful for me based on my Gmail was having issues, but along the line, I knew that I'm going to get it fixed. Yeah.
If someone calls or sends you a message that you have payment issues with your bank and requests that you reveal sensitive information, end the call and don't click. It might just be a scam. No bank will ever ask you for your personal identification number, PIN, mobile banking password, or your card verification code, CVC. Scammers always sound genuine, but don't fall for their bait. Don't respond to phony emails or SMS, and don't click on any dubious links. Even if the other party calls your date of birth or your BVN, don't give them your security details. If you suspect there's an issue with your account, the safest thing to do is go to your bank or call the number provided by your bank directly. Protect your bank details so no one steals your money. This message is from the Central Bank of Nigeria, CBN.
That's all for this week. In our next package, we'll bring to you the two-day conference of the Risk Management Department of the Central Bank of Nigeria on financial system development and economic growth. In the meantime, report unresolved banking issues to the CBN Consumer Protection Department using the email cpd@cbn.gov.ng. Attach relevant documents. Call the CBN Contact Center on the phone line +234 700 2255 Local rates may apply. For inquiries and comments, use the email address fromthecbn@gmail.com. Follow us on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, and Twitter for updates and to watch uploaded episodes of the program. We invite you to join us again next time. I am William Missy Dada. Stay safe. Bye for now.